So it's something I'm always very aware of.
Coming up tonight on UATV, one organization in our community tries to help those suffering from breast cancer. We'll show you how they lend a helping hand. Plus,
tonight on UATV, find out about a proposed resolution in the ASG Senate that would put a new crosswalk right here on Arkansas Avenue.
A new RSO aims to help those throughout our community. How they plan to help the local homeless population coming up on UATV tonight.
good evening, everyone. I'm Lydia Fielder.
And I'm Drew Smith. Thank you for joining us. Investigation of an armed robbery on campus uncovered many more details. 2 nights ago, students received a raise alert about an alleged robbery in Lot 56, but UAPD says it turned out to be a false call. The 2 people involved in the incident knew each other.
Subsequent investigation has revealed that it does not appear that an armed robbery or attempted armed robbery actually took place. It was a disagreement between 2 individuals.
UAPD officials say students shouldn't worry, but should still be cautious when walking to the parking lot. Charges will be placed on the person who made the false report.
Police say 3 Fort Smith men face vandalism charges. The men you see on the screen are 21-year-old Eric Riggins, 20-year-old Rodell Riggins, and 20-year-old Derek Thomason. Police say the city's been plagued with complaints of mischief for the past couple of weeks. The 3 men face 42 charges. Now, 1 in every 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so you're sure to see plenty of pink around town. ATV's Ramsey Minto is live with how one service helps to raise millions for breast cancer research. Ramsey?
Post offices nationwide are supporting Breast Cancer Awareness Month by selling stamps that feature the phrase "Fund the fight, fight the cure," and donating this money to breast cancer awareness. Now, since starting in 1998, the semi-postage stamp has raised $86 million. The post office here in Fayetteville on Joyce is the 3rd-ranked office in the nation for sales of these stamps and number 1 in the state. They not only hope to fund research for breast cancer, but to spread awareness of the disease that kills around 42,000 people a year.
I have a history of breast cancer in my family, so it's something I'm always very aware of, and I'm careful to get checked out with, but I know there are lots of people it might not be in the forefront of their mind. So I think just common everyday things like going to the post office, if there's something there that reminds them that this is something they need to pay attention to and be aware of, I think it's an excellent way to raise awareness.
The stamp features the Roman goddess of the hunt, Diana, with her right arm behind her head, which is the recommended position for self-examination of one's breasts. Reporting live for UATV, I'm Ramsey Minto.
Fund breast cancer research.
One professor on campus has put together a list of breast cancer risk factors that he says everyone needs to look for. Some signs include your age, an unhealthy diet, a lack of exercise, and a history of breast cancer within your family. If you want a full list of risk factors, you can visit our website at uatvonline.net.
If you've ever been walking down Arkansas Avenue in front of Old Main, you may have noticed the only 2 places to safely cross the street are at either end. Members of Associated Student Government work on a resolution that, if passed, would create more crosswalks along the avenue. UATV's Chris Nunez is live on the street with more. Chris?
Yeah, Lydia, every day, hundreds if not thousands of students, faculty, and staff go to and from campus needing to cross Arkansas Avenue, which you see behind me here, and the only 2 crosswalks are 1 at each end. Now, there is a resolution that 2 ASG senators, Brandon Davis and Kiana Servistani, co-authored that would put in place a safe and accessible crosswalk towards the center of the avenue. There are currently plans in place for this, but it's 1 or 2 years out. So the goal of the resolution is to speed that process up.
December, January are sort of goals for us, but we're going to continue meeting with the Director of Transit and Parking, and we're going to try and find common ground where maybe ASG can put some funding in and students can kind of show just how serious we are about making it happen.
So if the Senate's resolution is successful and the process for the crosswalk is spread up, you could be seeing it right here on Arkansas Avenue as early as next semester. Reporting live for UATV, Chris Nunez.
Thank you, Chris. Develops, we everyone up exactly when to expect them.
2 students here on campus have a little bit more money in their pockets this week. Senior Colton Horn and junior Kevin Weston both received $5,000 from the Arkansas Good Roads organization. The scholarship awards money to students who show outstanding work and commitment to stay in Arkansas after they graduate.
2017 fall graduates are invited to attend Graduate Salute. The graduating class can pick up caps and gowns, find out more information about class rings and custom graduation announcements. The event takes place at the University Bookstore on Garland and lasts until tomorrow night at 6. Now, the Office of Off-Campus Living released some tips for students searching for a new place to live. They say that students should always understand and prepare a budget before looking for a new house or apartment. Other tips include thoroughly reading through your lease and always being a respectful neighbor.
A cup of coffee can jumpstart every morning, but it could also put you at risk. Experts say too much coffee can be bad for your health. They say a few easy ways to cut down can be to jot down your daily diet, going for a walk, or trying tea as an alternative.
If you're like me, you're taking life this week one day at a time. I had the opportunity to find out how U of A dining encourages students through midterms one cup at a time. Take a look.
It's the season for pumpkin spice and everything nice, but potions aren't the only thing brewing at the U of A this Halloween season. Chartwell's Dining is putting on a campus coffee crawl.
All the time. I was downing it.
Students like engineering major Nat Akers are relying on coffee to power through their midterm studies this week.
I think it's a great idea. I think a lot of kids, like students, drink a bunch of coffee. I know I do every day, and people need it, obviously, if they're going to stay up late and work on homework.
Purchasing a cup of coffee at Einstein's or any of the other 3 crawl locations on campus.
Tall coffee for Lydia. Like at Starbucks and at Alabama Pan, or here at Peabody Perks.
Gets you a passport stamp, which you can exchange at the Union for a campfire mug. But aside from taking home a new mug for your fall collection, how can you benefit from stopping to smell the coffee? According to a recent study at Johns Hopkins University, your senses become more alert even at the first smell of coffee. Half an hour later, you produce more adrenaline and your vision becomes sharper. After another 30 minutes, your anxiety is lowered and your mood boosted.
I'm just a student trying to get a free mug.
Senior Emma Farr took over the Chartwell's Instagram Monday to help spread the word, but is also taking advantage of the perks herself.
It works because almost all of the locations are by my classes, so I can just grab one on the way to class.
And though it's not quite yet Halloween, the coffee crawl mug could save you a trip to the store this holiday season.
My mom likes to collect them, so it'd be even better. I can maybe wrap it up, give it to her as a Christmas present, broke college kid.
If you make it to the Union Mall with your stamped passport before 2 o'clock tomorrow, you'll receive this Coffee Hog campfire mug. As a bonus measure, if you visit all 4 crawl stops, you'll be entered to win a $50 Chartwell's gift card. UATV will be back with more after the break.
The Trump administration places new restrictions on refugees entering the U.S. Find out how students are reacting. Plus,
delivery drivers in your home. We'll show you a program that Amazon plans to test coming up after the break.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Anna Thrash, and this is your World News. President Trump's travel ban, scheduled to be lifted yesterday, now places new restrictions on refugees. These restrictions make the vetting process stricter, and some local citizens and students express concerns about their safety, but the statistics tell another story.
No one has ever been killed by a refugee in the United States, and it's actually more likely that you were eaten by a cow than killed by a refugee.
Garris also says refugees in our area have formed relationships and given back in a positive way to the community. On average, it takes 2 years for refugees to go through the vetting process in order to establish permanent residency in the United States. Amazon considers a new way to deliver packages to your home. Amazon Key allows people to delivering packages to enter inside a Prime member's home. Access to homes can also be granted to people you trust. Some university students are saying this amount of access is concerning.
I mean, it's definitely having a stranger come into your home, which it can be unsettling, especially for me as a college girl. So if a male is coming into my home and I'm not home, or I could be home, then, you know, it just scares. It's scary.
I think that Amazon's doing a good job trying to further their abilities and like using technology to make their customers more happy. But I think that this venture seems to be off track.
The Amazon Key in-home kit costs $250 and includes a security camera. Visit our Twitter page to weigh in on whether you would buy the latest Amazon product. That the rate of sexually transmitted infections rises to an all-time high in the U.S. The CDC reports that Americans caught over 2 million new cases of gonorrhea, chlamydia, and syphilis. They recommend getting tested as well as being open with your partner about STIs. That's all the time we have for your world news. I'm Anna Thrash.
One university organization looks to help the local homeless population. We'll show you how they plan to give back. Plus,
right now it's about 66 degrees outside, and coming up, I'll have your 5-day weather. Welcome back to UATV. Let's take a look at your 5-day weather. Tomorrow, it's going to be a high of 45 with a low of 26. So it's going to be really chilly at night. Time to bring out the jackets and gloves. And it's going to be partly cloudy, which is going to make it seem a little bit chillier as well. For Saturday, you're looking at a high of 49 and a low of 27 with sun. So it's not going to be as cold as Friday's weather. And if we go to Sunday, you're going to have a high of 60 with a low of 41, warming up again, and it's going to be sunny as well. So Sunday should be good to end off your weekend. And then looking at Monday, we're going to have a high of 64 with a low of 34. So warming up still with it being very sunny, but as we get into Tuesday, we're going to cool down again with cloud coverage with a low of 34, so be prepared to cool down again. That's all I have for weather. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Erica. A new registered student organization aims to provide help in Northwest Arkansas.
The group focuses on helping by volunteering around the community. Haddison Bates is live with the story.
That's right. A U of A student saw a homelessness issue in the community and decided to take it into his own hands to try and help out.
A new registered student organization here at the U of A hopes to make the homeless feel more at home in Northwest Arkansas. The organization is called Full Stomachs, Clean Feet.
You do all sorts of stuff. It's just gardening, so you do weeding and you do harvesting and you tie up plants, so whatever the garden needs in order to be successful. And then that food goes towards people who are hungry.
The group volunteers at Tricycle Farms in Seven Hills on a weekly basis by assisting with unfinished projects and gardening.
A huge thanks goes out to Full Stomachs, Clean Feet, a student RSO on campus, where this team of students have come out and taken ownership of Tricycle Farms.
D'Amico says the group started out with just 6 members but has since grown to 16. The RSO will host an education series which will consist of speakers who have been homeless in efforts to try to educate students about what it is like to be homeless.
We have a lot of students involved now, and we have an education series that we're working on.
Studies show that as the population in Northwest Arkansas grows, so does the homeless community, making volunteers for Full Stomachs, Clean Feet even more needed.
In addition to volunteering at Tricycle Farms in Seven Hills, the organization also volunteers at the Salvation Army. For UATV, I'm Haddison Bates.
Full Stomachs, Clean Feet hopes the organization can continue to grow with volunteers.
If you want to get involved, you can go to UATV's Twitter page for more information.
Coming up in sports, the Razorbacks head to Oxford this weekend in hopes to grab their first SEC win. Drew, will they have a chance against a backup quarterback?
I don't know. And Game 2 of the World Series was a nail-biter. Find out who stepped up for the Astros to tie things up in sports.
Welcome back to UATV Sports. I'm Lauren Jackson. Let's get started talking some Arkansas football. The Razorbacks are currently 0-4 in SEC play and have lost 3 straight games, but are looking to change that as they hit the road to take on the Rebels. Ole Miss is 1-3 in the SEC and has had some troubles of their own. They will be breaking in a new quarterback this weekend. If Arkansas has any hope of saving the season, they will have to bring home a win. Anything less than a W for the Hogs will likely end their chances for a bowl game. And fans wonder, without a bowl game, will head coach Brett Bielema keep his job? This matchup is certainly crucial for both teams. Kickoff is set for 11 a.m. These two teams already have one thing in common going into this weekend game. Both will be without their starting quarterbacks. Arkansas is playing backup quarterback Cole Kelly, and Hog fans have already had 9 quarters to see what he can do. Original starting QB Austin Allen left the South Carolina game after the 3rd quarter with an injured shoulder and has not returned since. Allen isn't listed on the depth chart this week, and according to head hog Brett Bielema, fans should not expect to see him on the field against the Rebs. Ole Miss also lost its starter Shea Patterson last week during a 40-20 loss to LSU. Junior Jordan Teamu will be replacing him this weekend, and the Hogs have done what they can to prepare for this changeup.
Obviously, he can do a lot with his feet, so we got to be prepared for that. But he's a good-looking player. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so he's going to be able. They're going to be able to do a lot of the same things that they've always done, I think.
The Astros tied up the World Series last night in a thrilling Game 2 victory against the Dodgers. Houston rallied from behind in an extra inning score of 7-6. A major hit came from Marwin Gonzalez's solo shot home run in the 9th to tie the game at 3. Jose Altuve and Carlos Carrera then went back-to-back in the 10th. Add in George Springer's game-winning hit and 4 more of the night. Together, you get a World Series home run record of 8. The Astros are also the first team to hit homers in the 9th, 10th, and 11th innings of a playoff game. This Fall Classic marks their first World Series win ever. Game 3 is set for Friday in Houston. That's all the time we have for sports tonight. For more, be sure to tune in at 8 o'clock for the Sports Advantage. And don't forget to follow us on social media at UATV Sports. Coming up, we'll have one last look at your weather.
Let's take one last look at your weather. Tomorrow, it's going to be a high of 45 and a low of 26 with some clouds, so it's going to be pretty chilly. We're also going to have a 55% humidity, so a little bit humid, and the winds are going to be 14 miles per hour. So if you have an early class, you're really going to want to think about bringing a jacket, maybe even some gloves if your hands get cold easily. That's all I have for your weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton celebrates her 70th birthday today.
But she's not the only one. Our very own Marty Thomas from the journalism department also blows out the candles today. And we would like to wish both of them a very happy birthday from all of us at UATV.
That's right. Guess what?
What?
It's also my birthday today.
It's your birthday today?
It's my birthday today. Surprise. That's all the time we have for today. I'm Drew Smith.
And I'm Lydia Fielder from all of us at UATV. Have a great night.